But next tonight, the number of young people sleeping rough in London has more than doubled over the past year. Centrepoint, the charity that helps homeless people, says there are now more than 600 under-25s on the capital streets, and it fears that in the current economic climate, the own problem will only get worse. Sharon Thomas reports.
And I know now who I am.
When he's on tour, singer Newton Faulkner sleeps in the back of vans and on dusty floors. But as he says, that's his choice. At 27, the performer from Reigate is in the same age bracket as nearly 650 young people who are now sleeping rough on the streets of London, for whom there is no choice.
Homelessness is not kind of anyone's fault. Like, it is something that happens, and it's a string of either bad luck or a string of all kinds of things that can lead to it. And the amazing thing about this charity is it doesn't just get them off the street, which is kind of one issue. It kind of helps them rebuild their whole lives.
Joining Newton's early morning busking session at Liverpool Street Station was a young woman who was homeless for 2 years. The relationship with her family broke down when she was just 14, leaving her nowhere to go.
Being homeless for 2 years was very tough. You know, I did surfing, which is staying at different people's houses on different nights. I've stayed in parks sometimes. I've stayed in at least 12 different hostels, and then I went to Centrepoint, which kind of changed my life.
This busking session aims to draw attention to the fact that the number of people sleeping rough in London has gone up by 158% in the last year, from 247 to 638, and that's just the number we know about. It's estimated that hundreds more are probably sleeping on friends' floors, park benches, even night buses.
There's two main reasons why there's more young people now sleeping rough on the streets of London. One is the recession, and the other is the youth unemployment. Youth unemployment means that young people are less likely to get jobs. They have to leave the parents' home because they can't afford to support them. The second reason is there's not enough bed spaces.
We've got a dedicated fund of £18.5 million purely for single homeless people. We've also, of course, set in place much more work with the Supported People Fund. There's about £6.5 billion there, particularly for vulnerable people, to try and make sure they don't get into being homeless in the first place.
Centrepoint's patron is the Duke of Cambridge, who slept rough for the charity 3 years ago. Newton's not quite as high profile, but getting London listening is a good start. Sharon Thomas, London Tonight, Liverpool Street.
London Tonight can reveal